one with and throughout the world. One of the considerations that almost always comes up is
good morning, fellas.
Good morning, my sister. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And I am the one and only Mr. Edmund.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center.
See that.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangster.
Baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know. No. And we want to let you know that the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carafesta Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, or sponsors or partners. What it do, y'all?
What to do?
I like our new disclaimer. Every time you read it, I just do a mental Hulk Hogan muscle flex.
And physical too.
Do you? I was gonna say that's mental, like you really.
It's a little more than mental. Yeah.
You just sitting down right now, like you
yeah.
was getting up, but now you just like sit down.
We've reached a level where we have to make sure that we officially tell them that we are independently producing, speaking for ourselves.
And that's big.
Right, it is big, because you know what Cat Williams say: if people ain't hating on you, you ain't doing it right.
Listen, when we started, man, we ain't have to have none of these problems. Almost every conversation was ordained and authorized, and not necessarily, but in kind of feeling.
No, for real.
But since we turned the heat up,
yeah, we get called to the principal office.
We get called to the principal office, man.
We got it. Right. And then
I got it from the principal.
But you know what? We get it, but we're so good at it. And as soon as we get it, we get an apology right out there, because what people say be all lies.
Yeah. Oh,
shout out to the principal.
If they ain't lying on you,
yeah.
That's when you bless, I think they said.
Right? Yeah.
When they lie on you and talk bad about you and say stuff they shouldn't be saying.
Oh boy, I might be blessed in it. Boy, I ain't know that. I ain't never heard that prayer.
Yeah.
Are ye?
That's a Psalms or a proverb.
That's one of the.
That's Leviticus.
No, that's the words in red. I think
that's Deuteronomy.
So the words.
No.
The words in red. You know the red words.
Yeah, I know the red words.
Oh, we gonna get a call by this. We gonna get a call by the red words, y'all.
That's the words in red, boy. So that means you better listen.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been working on like control and.
Okay.
I had went to the back rubber girl at
Don't keep saying that. The masseuse.
Yeah. So yeah.
Wait, she's not just a black rubber girl.
I know she really good, because we was talking. And she was like really like, hey, ooh, okay, now listen.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking about how and I should have already known this, but how like there needs to be relaxed times and do your like just don't do nothing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And it lowers your tension.
Okay.
And then, cause I was like, she's like, "Oh, you tense. I said, "I'm a black man in America.
Yeah.
I stay ready, baby." This is
You, what's good, bro?
you don't know. You just gave me a compliment. It's like you rubbing on my muscles.
Right.
Cause I'm
Well,
tense.
she was rubbing on your muscles.
But she like, "Ugh, this is too tense." Like,
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that.
yeah. And then cause when she's rubbing it, now I feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm just sitting here, I don't feel how tense this is.
Right.
Like my right side is the real, like over
Intense
here,
side,
it's super intense more than my left side, right? And the guy who
First
did
lady.
it, went in and went from all the way over here, like he pressed stuff from here, and he
woke it up.
he just kind of he was loosening it up, but you got to constantly
Man,
do
so
it.
now I'm feeling like I'm left out. Everybody got a massage this past weekend but me. So I need
Man,
Yeah.
Good morning,
Bruh, listen,
go check
Miss Allen.
listen,
Good morning.
I had already
good.
done a masseuse with this lady before when I was with the grocery co-op at the 49th Street Grocers Market.
Yeah.
And so my partner, he paid for all of us to get one. So I'm like, okay, fly, come on. And then she already was
good.
she was
Top
already
of the
like,
morning.
okay, I do this, woo, 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 woo. And so we all met and all like, hey, hi. And now she's coming to our event.
Look, good morning, Coco. So congratulations. And I'm finna show
on
you
all the things.
on all the things. And this is for artists.
Yeah.
People who Coco is showing you how to get it done.
Yeah.
He got I'm finna show you, like for real, because he got his audition. He said, "Congratulations, I won," and now he booked every day.
Yeah.
Booked and busy. Listen. I just got through talking to Crunk Coco, right?
Every day.
So good to hear your voice this morning.
I just got through talking to Crunk Coco. Now, this is a true story. I said, yeah, Crunk Coco, you need to come on the show. When? I say anytime you want. Yeah, you right. I am busy.
You gotta realize, like,
yeah, you're right.
Like it ain't up to me to tell you when. Like you gotta let us know when you want to come.
No, because at this point, Crunk, like he did it, and then he's like, "Book me," and now all I see is flyer.
I did too, dog.
It's him like,
I swear to
he
God,
like, boom, boom,
I
boom,
seen
boom.
him say, "Book me."
But that's how it happened.
The freak fest and the this, and the that. I said, "This boy, he off the chain."
But that's literally how it happened. Remember we talked about this a few weeks ago. About success is preparation meeting opportunity.
Oh, we did talk about that. We talked about that a whole bunch last year.
Yeah. Success is preparation meeting,
and then you got to prepare for the success.
Yes, and
be prepared to manage the success.
Prepare for the opportunity.
You got to be, and so the thing is, a lot of people get that jump start and not prepared to move forward, and so they fumble. Instead of and like if you're in entertainment, the one thing you need to be, because when iron strike, boom, you better be ready to go.
You so right.
Because if you're not,
you so
what's
right.
her name when she was here? Black. She was saying that
you gotta be ready to go.
You gotta be ready. And
that's the practicing at home when nobody watching.
Yeah.
That's just having your own freestyle if you're a rapper, having your elevator pitch if you're a businessman. Like wherever level of the reality you have to be prepared for the success you wishing for.
Yeah.
And so many times the success hit us. And you're right, we not.
And you stall because you
and that'll be a lifetime stall for some people.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's hard to get up once you make a big fall.
Yeah, it is.
It's very few people that can say, you know what, dang, that's messed up. Brush themselves off and I load back up.
But you know what? It's another fear factor too that comes in because people know what failure looks like. You done failed at a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? It's when you get successful and how are you gonna keep it? You know, so like people know what that look like.
You said a mouthful.
So
we do. We don't fail. We don't try to talk to the girl and she like,
But
you try to do this, but you know what I'm saying? You don't fail at several small things that prepare you for that big fail, but you don't even know those small things were preparation.
And then the failure ain't really a failure if you learn something from it.
So losses ain't a lesson.
Okay, I really don't really entertain that. But listen, it was like I didn't know Miss Piggy came in chocolate. Listen, what?
Hey, so you got
that's just another one of them marks that go back to the words in red.
But you know what? But that's fine because you want me to tell you one thing they always said was Miss Piggy was pretty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people names could say, listen, call me everything you want to call, but listen, I'm pretty.
You are. You're beautiful.
And listen, and Miss Piggy ain't never had no problem with getting no date. So if that's your own insecurity, then you rock with yourself.
You say that double click. I usually do this. Double click.
It was like Ice Cube. Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
I'm just saying, like, that's
I'm glad y'all said that.
Right? Because so let's kind of just address this. They think because you're heavy set, you got to be, you're not confident when you walk in the room. But let me tell you, when I walk in the room, heads turn all the time, and I never have to say anything because I know who I am.
He thought he had him one. You got the right one, baby. Do it again.
That was supposed to be a compliment. Then I know that you bomb every time you try to hold something.
We just talking about failing. We're just talking about when you try to do something and you fail at it.
Yeah.
Look, reload and try again, dog. Try again.
If that was a compliment,
Yeah.
And God bless Angie, right? Angie Batterson, right?
Okay.
Used to work with Coco. She used to always tell me, Jabbar, just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're healthy.
Yeah.
So listen, it didn't hit me. Because at that time I had never really been sick, like really my life, right? I never been down. And then like not right after that, but after that, I got sick. And I was sick. And I'm like, whoa. And it kept going back to my head. When Angie, we sitting in the US 19 studio. We sitting in the sound lab. And Angie like, Jabbar, just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I listened to it, I received it so much, like I'm repeating it today.
No, you
God
know what?
bless her soul.
You know what?
But that's the truth.
If you say that, I had a friend that was in the gym, right? And she used to get on me, like she used to kind of like fat shame me a little bit, right? And then and I had to tell her, look at it, I'm healthier than you and you in the gym. I don't take no medicine. You know what I mean? Like you got a cabinet full of medicine that you on high blood pressure, cholesterol, you on all of this. When I go to the doctor, you know what I mean? Oh, my levels is good, but I don't need no medication. So just get your stuff together. Right. Don't worry about me.
Speaking of medication,
we're not gonna get them an unpaid promo.
No, that ain't. Okay. But listen, speaking of medication, I have been using my refrigerator as my pharmacy. I got all kinds of herbs and spices. I feel like I'm working a hoodoo spell on myself. I'm sprinkling this and I'm throwing this and listen, honestly, I've been feeling good. And I do want to talk about this. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
We ain't gonna talk about it. Reach out to them and tell them, hey man, we're gonna talk about y'all. And
we ain't talking about them till they pay us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's 2026 invoices.
Yes.
Self-confidence.
Billable hours
is a key though.
It is. It is. You gotta have it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So we got some headlines and we want to jump right in. I don't know if you've seen it, but the St. Petersburg Mayor Ken Welch's re-elections PAC reports more than $200,000 in unauthorized transactions, and his former treasurer is accused of misusing the funds. Y'all seen that headline?
I seen the headline, and I also seen Dr. Flowers, Commissioner Dr. Flowers.
Yeah.
I seen her video too, right?
Okay, I didn't see it, so kind of
so my first thought was when I seen it, I said the first thing I said, an enemy can't stab you in your back. It's got to be somebody you trust. Okay. And I was thinking, to be honest, the mayor is the biggest target in probably Central Florida, right? He's a black man, powerful black man in black circles and black
this city. You think about what this city means on the chessboard when you look at what's happening around the country. What does St. Pete represent?
Everything,
not just what we dealing with.
Yeah, but what it represents, everything. It's really in
all these acres of developable land and the beaches.
Target. And that's why I would, if I could have the audience of the Mayor Ken Welch, I would tell him, tighten up your circle, brother. Watch out for your backstroke, right? Because everybody ain't your friend. Because you are the biggest target in Central Florida.
Yeah.
You have to be so careful. You have to be so intentional. The conversations, I can imagine all the recorded conversations they have of them. I know people recorded. Come on, man. Come on, man. They recorded Nixon, didn't they? So what make you think this black guy in South St. Pete ain't worth recording and blasting in the future date?
Yeah. And so for those who didn't see it or haven't heard the story, so the PAC that it's called the Pelican Political Action Committee, they're saying more than $200,000 in campaign funds were improperly taken, and the former treasurer is at the center of the allegations. The PAC reported unauthorized transactions totaling $207,000, which were flagged in a recent campaign finance filing and have raised alarms among supporters and officials. Law enforcement, including local and federal partners, are being consulted about how to proceed as the committee investigates what happened. The person accused of making the withdrawals is Yolanda Brown, was the former treasurer and registered agent of the PAC. The report notes that this is also not the first time that she has faced similar accusations in political circles, though the details of the other incidents were not spelled out in the article that we saw. Mayor Welch's campaign and supporters say they were shocked by the discovery and are focused on determining the full extent of the financial damage and legal consequences.
So that means there's more to come.
It is more to come. Yeah. And I would tell you, I want to watch how this unfolds. And I'm just saying, I will say this, and this is the views of Qiana. Yeah. Being somebody who just got backstabbed, and I'm saying that.
Yeah,
I can say that. You say that. I can say that. This is Qiana by somebody I trusted. Yeah. You know what I mean? No, I can't. You know what I mean? And never saw it coming. I can see how this happens because you never think the people that you break bread with and you friends with will go and steal your ideas, take your money, and do all that other stuff. And because of Ken Welch, I will tell you, this is why I didn't go on a rampage. Because we got a black man. I will tell you, we can say that, and y'all can say it.
Know that.
No, they know it now.
Clip that.
Right, y'all can go back and did it. The reason why I didn't go and tear up this city, and I've been real calm. Me and my brother, we didn't tear up this city. It's because we got a black mayor and we honor what our city looked like. But because all the backstabbing that happens when money get involved, like you will see that. Like
we just talking about that, people ain't seen the ticket,
and y'all can say this slander, or you can say whatever you want when you say it. But this is the truth because I always said we had pure receipts showing all the stuff that was said, and then like the lies that's been told. And I will tell y'all this because y'all also didn't know that it's like the same scenario. No, it really is. But y'all didn't think about it. But y'all like people didn't know that we offered them to come on the Breakfast Club and talk and say they signed. Right? Yeah. And they did without me being a part, and they denied. And what they decided to do is do a campaign.
I didn't realize this was going to go. Look, it's what's on your mind Wednesday. That kind of kicked you out. Yeah, that opened you up this morning. Yeah,
that woke me up. Yeah. No, but what happened is, and what you realize is that they went on a one-on-one campaign to talk to people, and then when and then when they found out their lies wasn't being received, and then we showed people receipts. Then they had to go back and retwist their lies again.
What's good?
That's what liars do.
No, that's what liars do. You catch a liar
in a lie, they'll say, "Oh, okay, I didn't remember that, and I lied. Oh, I can't say I lied, so okay, that was an oversight on my bad."
Right.
I didn't recall that part of it.
But this is good. This is a great conversation.
But that's what came up when you look at the Ken Welch. Right here, when you're looking at the $200,000 that is missing,
Mayor Ken Welch.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I should
see. I be liking to respect
because they don't be respecting him either. They don't be respecting him at all. Thank you for that, bro.
I wanted to say that because, like, even on one of my posts, I said, I respect black leadership. I respect black elected officials, no matter what I say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
I saw that
I do have the unique opportunity to be an advocate, an activist, and an agitator.
Right.
And I fit comfortably in all three roles.
That's right.
And when it comes down to it, when it comes down to it, I'm a black man, and I respect the black man's work.
Yeah.
And if I critique it or say something about it, it's because I'm critiquing it and saying something about it, not him.
Yeah.
And so when I've been saying this, the people who are betraying him the most are his first 6 or 7 people.
Yeah.
I said this.
The cabinet, the people who close to you. Yeah.
Because, and I'm not gonna get into that right now. Yeah. It'll conflate and deflate the issue.
But you could possibly be right? But
you can't get backstabbed by an enemy. You cannot be backstabbed by an enemy. When you say the prayer, the Psalms, yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, your rod comforts me. Mm-hmm. Your staff do something. Mm-hmm. This is not a funny thing, y'all. But
this is the Mr. Edmonds translation.
Prepares a plate in front of my enemies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who are your enemies who sitting to see you eat?
Yeah.
Who are the people that see you eat? Look how close they are.
Now you got me. I'm all confused on that too. I remember growing up. No, just that scripture, because it's a lot in that.
It's very a lot.
It's a lot in that, and it's
lot.
practical for living, especially when you get into situations like this where you get backstabbed. And I'm glad you actually said what you said. Supercat, we on the air, man. But what you said really was it helps with perspective, right?
Yeah.
Because when you see a couple things, the mayor does not manage the day-to-day operations of the PAC,
right?
Because you legally you can't do that,
right?
So it's not something that he, like he's doing it, he has oversight of. So you put people in place to do that, and you're trusting that the people that you put in place have your best interests at heart,
right?
And so when something like this happened, I'm glad you introduced the human side of it. Not only like, dang, this look bad politically, but that's a gut punch.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I really trusted you to do this, and you do me like this.
And not my face on all
the news.
Your face is people don't even know who he is. We trying to figure out who Brown is.
Yeah.
I get to go to school with Brown.
But his face is on
it's his face.
And it's looking like because, but it's not his.
It's not his doing.
Yeah, like that's legally. That's not a Brian Caper situation where you got an employee, and I mean, we got to say it. That's not where you have an employee that's in your you oversee and you manage. You don't even manage it. You know what I mean? It's a degree of separation, and then now when you do your regular campaign finance reports, and you looking and you trying to say where this money went.
Wait.
Where this go? Where this go?
And then you have to be the person to get out there and say it. Like
you have to though. You got to get in front of it.
But you got to get in front of it. But to be the person who already have a target on their back, right?
They say pass the collection plate. Elder Edmonds just dropped the word.
No, but when you look at it, like when you got to be the person that and the person who steps out. A lot of times, people look at you sideways, right?
Yeah.
And he's already got a target, and I know
the biggest target. Like this is not a game.
I would tell you, we say on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club all the time that we don't have a problem with people. We attack issues.
That's what we do.
Right.
I mean, sometimes we do have a problem with people.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, brother John.
I mean, come on, we got and I think we got a right to have a problem with people.
Yes, we have emotions. We don't have to be lukewarm. We can be fire hot.
Yeah.
No. You're right. But we attack issues regardless. If we have a problem with a person. We do attack the issue.
We bring it back to the issue, and I think what causes the problem with the people is the way they show up around the issue.
Right.
But it's like the spider in the web. You walk into a web. You get caught up in the web. If you just take the web down and don't address the spider, the web is going to come again. And so I think it's balanced.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a parable for this entire situation and almost all the situations we're facing.
Yeah, because a lot of times you be like, oh, don't make it personal. Just focus on the issue. Well, that's the web.
Talk about the spider.
We need to make it personal sometimes.
It's very personal. So, like, just say, like, because there's no secret that this just happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta have to talk about this.
I think we got a quick second for me. Can I say this real quick?
We'll break it back.
No, because the whole personal thing that came to me when I was leaving city council. One of my colleagues, who, matter of fact, it was Lisette Hanowitz when we Madam Chair. Chair Hanowitz, when she when I was leaving, my last couple of days and she was like, we should get together after you leave council, because she was like one of the most vocal in opposition to me during the and I was going to say interrogation, the interview to be appointed.
Oh, but you show how you showed up was so.
But what she told me, she said it's not personal, and I said it was.
Okay. 8 o'clock, we'll be back.
It was, and I can tell you how. So y'all come back after the break. Tag a friend, tell a friend, man. It's gonna be
fire, y'all.
It's hot in here. It's What's on Your Mind Wednesday. We want to hear from you as well. So y'all stick around. We'll be right back 6 or 7 minutes after the hour.
Hello and welcome to Newsday on the BBC World. investigation
they're hot.
into the fatal shooting.
The mics are hot. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
Welcome back.
So let me.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Closer to that side, and then I get closer to right here, and then Miss Debbie is in the game.
All right.
Yeah.
On L production at its finest. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Ed.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that.
And we would like to thank you for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart
I
is
had the wrong channel.
The new
Gangster.
baby.
And if you don't know,
Now you know. And we got a family member in the building too,
Show
y'all.
them.
Not a guest.
Family.
Miss Debbie, what's going on with you? Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club this morning.
Good day, everybody. Good day.
Maybe Miss Debbie will help settle some of this energy, because we came in live this morning. Yeah, we came in real live, but
So since we just hop back in,
I gotta say this though before we hop in.
Put it on
The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carafesta Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. So leave them alone if we say something y'all don't like.
That's the intellectual way of saying mind your business.
And if you call and listen, and if you call on us, we already said
Mind your business.
that
This us talking, not the radio.
Not the radio.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, if you don't like what we said, do better.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
Ooh.
Like that's really
Yeah, so don't call the
because
station and try to get us canceled.
Do better.
Yeah.
Because
Don't call the station and try to kill
because the
us.
last time we got called is because
They didn't do better.
They need to do better, because if we talk about integrity,
And somebody called and tried to get us canceled.
yeah, they gonna call and don't like what we say. Well, then do better. Then we won't have nothing to say about you. Because,
Okay.
like, I mean,
This is a quote from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. His mom,
Not bad.
let me tell you, his mom says you don't have to lie on nobody, because the truth about them is bad enough.
Boy, you done
It
told me that
is.
so many times.
and that's why we could, to be honest,
You
that's
know,
why
told me
my
that so
story
many
ain't never
times.
changed on why the separation of the MLK parade.
Thank
because I didn't have to lie on nothing. And this
I wish
is
I had a
the
button with that like
because this is
shots
real
fired.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because the
gotta
mayor
get that
said, when
together.
I just saw this with the mayor, and then we started talking,
It's kind of saying,
it kind of
and we didn't talk about
Yeah.
this. We
No, we-
really
It keyed you in. Yeah.
it kind
so
of like
hard to me, because I thought about this. We talked about this. I didn't see the angle, and
Yeah.
when you said the angle, I said, "Oh my God, this is the same thing, just at a higher level."
Yeah.
right, like it really
It's
is.
the same thing at a higher level.
Yeah.
And
So for those who weren't here at the top before the break, we were talking about the allegations that there's somebody close to the mayor, and I'll say it that way now that I'm reframing this conversation.
Because they got it crazy.
It was somebody close to the mayor who was accused of making unauthorized withdrawals. It was a former treasurer. She's a registered agent of his PAC. The report notes that this is not the first time that she has faced similar accusations, though the details are still unfolding. The missing funds that were taken was over $200,000. They were discovered through a routine campaign finance filing, and they noted unusual withdrawals. The case is currently under investigation, and authorities have not yet announced whether charges or legal outcomes will be moving forward. Allegations of the past issues involving the same individual have been mentioned in political social posts, but no formal reporting of charges around these earlier claims were detailed in the stories that I saw.
Now I understand so much more. So your registered agent does have some authority over your company,
Okay.
especially if they're what capacity they're operating in.
Okay.
So a registered agent is like the person who handles your legal mail, the person who does whatever, and your registered agent can be a CEO too.
Okay.
Your registered agent can be a CFO or whatever structure the company has.
Right.
And now I understand more better.
Yeah.
Right, because they're saying the funds was misappropriated, so there's a good chance they know exactly where the dollars went. They can actually probably circle back and get some of the dollars, if not all the dollars, depending on how the transaction went. Because we're following it, it's a paper trail.
Yeah.
So if it went one to another, we still can follow that whole trail.
And then to your point about this targeting, right? Because I know this PAC was recently opened because last year he was in the news, or the PAC was in the news, because they didn't assign a treasurer. And so you have to have a treasurer.
So you assign the person.
So let me finish that part, because once they didn't have a treasurer assigned, which violated some of the rules. So they closed that pack down, the Pelican pack, and then they reopened the new pack, the Pelican pack, the Pelican Political Action Committee, and then they assigned the treasurer, and the treasurer that they assigned end up misappropriating funds.
Yeah, that's foul.
Yeah,
it is foul because you never.
They flipping the story too.
Yeah,
and they will. But
they flipping the story.
A black man in America, you can expect that to happen.
And I will tell you, so Dan, I see he say, then why did they wait to report it? Because they was hoping that
they trying to get it back.
They trying to get it back.
You got to do it right though.
Welch was made aware and waited for the money to be returned rather than reported as a crime.
I think that's a good way to go though.
But that's what you do with your team. Like,
we get it straight, and then we talk about it.
Up, bro.
Yeah,
like, listen, like, give me my money.
Yeah.
You know,
we get it straight. That's why they say they don't know if they're pressing charges.
But
we can get it straight.
But I say this is what the culture difference is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's a culture difference because they're saying, like, why you didn't press charges? Usually we stay away from the police.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we ain't quick to call the police.
No.
And if we can work it out amongst ourselves.
In our group.
Yeah.
No, in our groups, because listen, I look at like people sit, and only reason I can compare right now because this is so fresh. We waited for them to do the right thing. We was waiting.
Yeah, you give out opportunities.
Like, who can call the police?
And we were hoping that we would get paid. We were hope that we can get this situation.
Yeah, you want to resolve the conflict.
Right. We don't want to take it to the public.
Yeah.
Right. This in-house problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And even in contracts, you have mediation and arbitration clauses to say, okay, before you do this, there's a thing. You want to do that first. And so you're trying to work it out amongst yourself. But if the other party's not willing to work it out, now you escalate it and you got to take it to this next level.
Says the former manager. We got to escalate it. But he right though.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, because it started with me and you. They working with me and you.
Check downs. They did. Here's my last resort. I'm dialing 911.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's my last resort. Here's a cease and desist.
Yeah.
Here's my last resort. I'm finna swing on you.
And that's the last thing that you really
the views expressed.
I said it.
All right, so we got Miss Debbie in the building. She ain't here to just watch us fat mouth and talk about this stuff. Miss Debbie.
Wait. Before you say that, they just asked about. They said, Brother John, before break, you were about to go into a conversation between you and Lisette.
Okay.
I hope I spelled it right.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you for that, LA, and keeping us on topic and sticking around to hear how this thing worked out.
LA boy, LA man, that doggone LA.
So when I was city council, trying to make the long story short. So when I was interviewing to be appointed to city council, I had some opposition, and one of the most fierce opponents of my appointment was the current council chair, Lisette Hanowitz. And she was like just interrogating me, grilling me on my personal affiliations and my relationship with the Nation of Islam. She highlighted some quotes that were made by, some ministers in the mosque and some national figures. And so she was using that as a justification as to why I shouldn't be appointed to council. Mm-hmm. She was on the losing side of the vote. It ended up being a 4-3 vote, and I was appointed to the council. Fast forward 2 years later to when I'm leaving council, she stopped me in the hallway, and, and even when we would work together after that moment, it was always cordial, but she was inspired when I was leaving to say, you know what, we should get together after, you leave council. I'd like to check in with you and just know that I know we had our problems in the beginning and it wasn't personal. And as I reflected on it, I was like, you know what, that's not true, because it was personal, because the topic that we were discussing it wasn't a policy issue. It wasn't a political issue. It was my personal beliefs. And so a lot of times people say, oh, it's not personal. It is. And it's okay if it's personal, because if you're personally invested in that, then I think you're going to probably be more engaged. Like we intentionally go out when we're organizing to find people who are directly impacted by these issues. We don't want people who to say, well, that don't apply to me, but I'm willing to help. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get the people who it applies to the most to see that you can help yourself. Yeah. And so when I hear that, and when she said that, it like rubbed me, because I was like, no, it is personal. And you don't have to apologize for having a personal position.
Yeah.
And don't tell me that this is business when it's clearly not business, because what we're talking about has nothing to do with the business that we're doing.
Right.
Ooh, and on the business, y'all agree 99%.
And we agree on the business. Yeah, we voted the same on the trop. We voted the same on a lot of the things. And so on the business side of it, it was business.
Yeah, we good.
But on the personal side, we had an issue, but we was able to overlook the personal issues when we made our votes, because that's what I'm here to do.
Introspective.
And honestly, what she should have did, and this is just my this is Qiana, and she just should have apologized.
Yeah.
But you know what? People can't apologize when they say they're wrong. They have to give an excuse for your actions, right? Instead of just saying, you know what? When I did it, I was working in my emotions.
Yeah.
And I was wrong for how I attacked you. And let's move forward.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, because really, again, if y'all line up, not for you to come in and be like, hey, it wasn't personal. Yes, it was.
That ain't softening the blow at all.
That's not. But that's a week behind apology.
Hey, and see, y'all making me so I've been on this introspective thing, Miss Debbie. I've been looking inside myself.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's my first lens I look at stuff, right? And I'm thinking like I've done that.
Yeah.
Like some of my posts, some of my stuff does maybe be kind of personal a little bit. Yeah. Right. And I'm not intending it to be personal.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm really just trying to do something abstract.
Yeah.
And it's some people I probably owe apologies to that I didn't say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't say the word, oh man, I'm sorry. That didn't come out right.
Yeah.
I said whatever I said, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's just my inner look into that. Cause I know that I be getting passionate, and then I think I be getting passionate coming from a personal view, but saying it publicly.
Yeah. But here's the thing. That's again, I want to go back to this. We got to break some of these agreements that we've made.
Yeah, we do.
Because we've agreed that you separate business from personal. But if you have a personal passion and if your business is serving the community and your family is a part of that community, I'm personally invested in the work that I'm doing. And so the future that I'm trying to create is not only going to help the community, it's also going to help me and my family personally. Remember they used to give us a hard time when we first started. Our first contract that we got to do organizing maybe about 10, 12 years ago.
The summer job.
It was summer jobs, and we were hiring youth. And the first youth that we hired was our family. They said, y'all can't do that. And we like, why not? My children are in the community. My children need this opportunity. My family can benefit from this. So why can't we do that? But then when you go into an Arab store, we're going to talk about that too in the Black Money Movement update. You go into a Korean hair store, you look behind that counter, who's working in there?
Their kids.
It's their family and their children. But we've made that non-acceptable in our community. Like, oh, y'all can't hire your own people. That's nepotism. Right. Well, everybody who we looking at, they hiring their own people.
Everybody. Everybody.
So like, come on, man. We just got to break some of these agreements and just poke our chest out.
It's small policies. These are policies that we can change inside of a group meeting. And that's what we did. We got inside of a group meeting and made a policy for our company.
Yeah.
And our policy said we start at home first.
That's right.
And if we build if we build this right, what we do in our house is going to benefit the whole community.
And here we are 20 years later.
See how beneficial our work has been, because in our small P meeting, not the big P, not the law or the ordinance, the small P policy.
You got a mentoring program talking about mentoring kids, and you got a bad nephew that you know your sister's struggling with, but you won't go and put him in your program.
Because look, it's frowned upon.
Oh, that's his. Oh, that's his nephew. That's his cousin. My cousin is at risk. My nephew needs support.
And this is why I started, because it hit home.
That's why I started.
I had a conversation with my nephew about how he needed a mentor, and then I became a mentor, and I mentored him. I mentored them, and then the group grew. You look at a lot of these schools, again, the Nation of Islam, when you look at how the Muhammad University of Islam started, it started saying, look, I'm taking my children out of school. And then people started saying, you know what? I like what you're doing with your kids. Can you do it with mine? And then they started homeschooling, not just his family, now it's other families that are bringing, and then they outgrew their house. And so they said, we need a building. But it started because I'm saying, look, I'm not sending my children to this school to be educated. And then when other people started doing that, the government said, wait, what y'all doing? Y'all can't do that. Y'all contributing to the delinquency of a minor. There was a court case that was made for the Muhammad University of Islam to be established, and they were arrested because all they wanted to do was teach their own children. They won. But that precedent made it paved the way. These are a lot of these things that we know what we can do now, but we don't know how it got there. There was a time when you couldn't do that. You couldn't just pull your children out of school and homeschool them. Somebody had to fight for that.
And that was the nation, brother.
Come on, man.
That was the nation.
And that's why I homeschool Qiana.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? Now we got to get on to.
We do.
Yeah, we want to.
But
The comments.
the comments
We're
going to try to come back to it.
But
it's a lot of. And the last thing I want to say is I hate that they say that you can't do business with the people with family.
Oh no, we changed
so
that.
we're not. I don't.
Nope.
We challenge that.
We do challenge that, but I will say is that you just know that it's a possibility in any possibility that you know what I mean.
You can't do business with strangers under that. But
I
umbrella.
will tell you, most times I done did a lot of business. Most of my business is with people that I consider friends or family.
Right.
And there's few that it has came to
outside of that.
Outside and
then we become friends.
But even in this situation, it's like we don't burn bridges. So when you see where the $200,000 done happen, you don't hear that every election.
Nope.
You know what I mean? You don't. He been married like almost. It'll be 5 years, right?
Yeah, it'll be 5 years.
And you don't hear. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this happened all the time.
Yeah.
So when you look at that, you gotta take it for what it is and don't apply it to every.
There's some character assassination in the mix of that. So y'all just be careful how we accuse and blame each other. And I'm talking to myself with that.
And this is not the first time that him and his family was under attack.
Yeah.
Yes. And the first time it was his wife and found out.
Oh, I remember that.
There was no family.
Yeah, it was unfounded.
There.
That's right. It was no there.
There was no there. I forgot.
Yeah, it was. And I
forgot. It was horrible. Because she got accused of some BS.
And a lot of wonderful person.
I
amazing
know the work that she does.
Yes, they don't see it.
With young people.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you don't know her, like if you don't know Donna Welch, like she's one of the sweetest people that you can really
and
meet.
She's an advocate for young women in trouble.
I don't think she would mind me saying this. My wife, when I got appointed, she had a conversation with Donna Welch, and what she gave my wife really helped her, and it confirmed a lot of the stuff that she knew, because she was like, okay, he's Brother John, but now he's Council Member Muhammad, and she gave her some of the insights of what that means, because by the time I got elected, her husband had been a public figure, in political office for 20 years. And so to be able to have a conversation with a first lady, or the wife of somebody who's been in elected office for 20 years and you've only done it for 2 months, it's really helpful. And she opened it up. I mean, my wife been my wife, you know what I mean? But like, how do you navigate this world that you're stepping into? And she opened and she was receptive to that. She always would reach out. Every time I see her, she would check on, like, how's your wife doing? Like, she was very intentional about that. So I want to let you know, I appreciate you, my Miss Donna Welch, for what you're doing and stuff like this. When you have a situation like this, you don't realize what those headlines do to the household, to the family.
Because when you go in, when you see it, you're afraid that somebody's gonna bring it up, and now you gotta sit up there and defend or not want to.
Or you sitting in a restaurant and you hear people talking, and what they saying ain't true.
Right.
And you hear them talking about you and your family. You hear them talking about your husband. You hear them saying things that are not accurate. Like that. That's you not numb to that.
That's another level of social society.
You got
that's another level.
When you're in the public eye, you definitely have to operate different. You're at another level where you can't let like stuff hurt you. You have
to have thick, and that's why again and I said it on the one side of it with Miss Welch, but I also want to take a minute to say thank you to my wife. When I talk about the sacrifices that they made, that's a part of it. Like I've been consistently out front and doing these things, and in the public eye, and to have that type of support from your family, man, it requires a lot. Not just the time away from home, not just always on the phone or always missing, always in meetings, but like the other part of it, the political toll, when you hear people talking about, somebody you love and what they saying ain't true.
And then sometimes they attack you too.
Yeah.
Sideways attack you too. But I will tell you, and we can talk to Miss Debbie because we're trying to get over that, is that I appreciate how Mayor Welch stood up for his wife during that time. Like he was like,
called heat for that too. Yeah.
Oh, but
you gotta come like that though.
You do gotta come like that.
One thing I can say about Mayor Welch is that he's been very transparent.
Yeah.
So I will watch this closely to see what happens next.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that it's all gonna be laid out, and we're gonna see some stuff. And it might not surprise us, but I hear that. Been very transparent through his whole campaign.
Right on. So, Miss Debbie, what you got cooking? Look, that was our appetizer and entree. What's on the menu?
Well, what's on the menu is the Sunshine City Festival. Sunshine City Film Festival is in full form, and tonight is the launch party. And the launch party is going to be happening at Greenlight Cinema Lounge, and that starts at 7 p.m. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because the Sunshine City Film Festival is shining on me. Opportunity to really shine, and one of the reasons why I'm here is to talk about the opportunity that was given to me to Thursday night at the Salvador Dali Museum. They're going to be showing Send Me the Series Part 1 and 2.
Okay,
along with Blake Avery, his movie as well. He's another filmmaker from St. Petersburg, Florida.
I know Blake.
And so, and so Blake had the lemonade stand, and he's a really great artist who does like these portal paintings that are really mind blowing. But he actually did this movie. The interesting part about both movies series is that our neighborhood and community actor and director Cranston Copperbatch is one of the main characters in both movies. So we're really excited about that.
I call it the Cranston double header. Cranston Copperbatch double feature.
It's a double feature. Yeah. But I speak to the product. I mean, when you put in the work, you know what I mean? You can have two features that's coming out at the same time. A lot of people can't do that.
And they're surreal. These are perfect for the Dali Museum. Because I think it's gonna be 2 nights, Thursday and Friday, and it's the surrealism in these pictures that fits the Dali's motto or muvato or whatever they call it.
Dali's kind of theme and the type of art that he makes.
It's surrealism.
I don't think people understand how big the Sunshine City Film Festival is and what it brings to the area. Because I remember when it kind of first started.
You do.
Yeah. I have an origin story connected to the film festival. Yeah.
But the fact that it happens, and it happens on MLK weekend, every weekend. During the week, and
MLK weekend, you right?
It does. It happens every weekend. It's the same time.
You're not finna do that. I mean, you got a way that you want to handle it, but you ain't gonna handle it like that. You're not gonna do that.
No, you just missed when she just said about the film.
You not. No, I was trying not to say nothing. I saw it, but I was trying not to name it. But now I just got to name it. Nope.
The Academy Award goes.
That was a Tubi. That was a Tubi.
No,
like that dude in Power.
It is the 10th anniversary.
Yes,
it is
10 years. 10 years strong.
Sunshine City Film Festival strong in the Tampa Bay area.
Yes.
And because of this event, so many other opportunities have came about for Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So not only is it in the Salvador Dali, it's at the Beach Theater on Saturday, which is going to be actually showing movies for almost 8 hours. All of the
marathon
respective honored films that may be winners will be shown on Saturday.
Miss Debbie, you got to give me a website because I know it's a lot of what's
like people don't understand.
SunshineCityFilmFestival.com.
Spelled out?
Yes. Okay, SunshineCityFilmFestival.com.
It's people really out here doing it in the Tampa Bay area, St. Pete, Pinellas County, Tampa Bay, Sarasota, all that other stuff. And you think that because there's the Sarasota Film Festival, but the Sunshine Film Festival has really blossomed into this amazing thing. And you don't even know, a lot of these movies they've been awarded. Not only
that's what I was going to ask you. I know Simi received the national
television
award
as well. So it went to on television. Simi is an award-winning film. One of the first awards that we got was in a place called Idlewild. Detroit.
Okay.
We went there.
Oh, Ottawa.
We went to the D. Blackity black.
Y'all done been there. Y'all done been to New York. Y'all done been to Canada.
Listen, Miss Debbie is an inspiration to me. Y'all know I'm a filmmaker. I've been making film probably since 2012. Right? And Miss Debbie has been a constant inspiration since the beginning. We met officially at the Art in the City, and like you say, was in that alley, and you know, I'm directing, and we're doing it running gun, right? We kind of know what we're doing, but we making it happen. And ever since then, Miss Debbie has been just an amazing force inside of this community, and her award-winning projects have inspired me. I ain't want no awards.
You sound like Little Richard.
But no, and I'm not sorry about it, but I love Miss Debbie's persistence, her consistence, right? Her the way she do her kung fu is such amazing work.
No, but you know why you ain't won no award?
Why?
Because you be trying to pretend like you ain't doing it. That's really how it is. Like you people,
and it's people who believe that you ain't doing it because you act like you ain't doing it,
right?
And you don't want them to know that you're doing it, so they like, oh, we didn't know he was doing that, and so how we gonna award you for something that you don't want us to know that you're doing?
You like
and we believe that you're not doing.
But the funny part about it, to talk about that, the first time I saw, I knew about Jabbar, I knew about his civic duty, but I didn't know that he was a filmmaker. I knew that he was a photographer in the media, and it was really interesting because when I heard about Art in the City, I was a little pissed off because I was like, how you going to do a film about art in the city and you don't even know none of the artists? You don't know anything about the murals that are happening, anything. And I said, I'm gonna give you some locations to shoot at. I said, you know, so in case y'all don't know, Art in the City was a movie that was done almost 10 years ago. And it was about a veteran who actually had a post-traumatic syndrome, who was living among the murals in St. Pete in order to calm his nerves, or in order to depress,
using art as
and he was using it as art as therapy. And so we tapped into that. And so I said to Jabbar, I was like, you know, you just can't go out there and say you're doing this without really being there. So then we went on location, and that's how we started filming. But really, a lot of people don't know about Jabbar's. That film was actually picked up by the Veterans Administration. They gave us an opportunity to show it at the Palladium, right? Really, and
the flag in Clearwater.
Yes, and it also is still used today as a film for veterans and using art for healing.
Starring Cranston Cumberbatch.
So
written, directed, produced, filmed by Jabbar Edmond, since he won't say it.
And so that's kind of like our beginning. And then from there, I volunteered with the Sunshine City Film Festival. And then I became, I guess, a partner with them along the way.
Not guessing.
But the most important part about it was that we actually was pitching. We were at a television station talking about art in the city, and I was with them. And when we were in the parking lot, I pitched Send Me the Series to Cranston and to Jabbar. And Jabbar was like, I want to see it happen. And I was like, well, Jabbar, I want you to be in the film. And he ducked me.
Okay.
I cut my dread.
Mad
and she cut me out the grill.
I was like, what?
Because the character was written.
My dread, dog.
This is a professional. You ain't followed through with what my vision.
Man, she's like, all right, don't worry about it. She cast Donovan.
I was so mad at him.
Amazing. He done what I couldn't have done. It was such an amazing to see Donovan. This boy blows up on the theater.
Donovan Whitney.
Yes, so, he blows up on the on the screen. His presence is such fire. And I'm like, damn, I don't think I could have did that. As I watch it, because I get to watch it now, because it's done. It's a completed project. It's not just in Miss Debbie's head. It's just not us talking about it in the movie. In the news parking lot. It is like a finished project, right? Making these films is an exercise in manifestation, because they just are dreams in our head, right? And to have those dreams and to put it on paper, and then to actually walk into a movie theater with your family and friends and watch it. That's like what dream making is all about. That's why we Dream Makers Productions, because we're past the concept stage. Like, we're finishers, we're doers, right? And I love to be around y'all. I love to be around people who complete what they're trying to complete. You know what I'm saying? And it rubs off on me. Thank you, Miss Debbie, Crane, everybody who's listening.
You're welcome. I have a lot of stories to tell, but one of the most important things about Send Me the Series is that, and don't count St. Petersburg out as a city to funding, because they funded part of this movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, it's all about writing a grant, writing it right. And I was able to pay our local actors, local production crew, on this film. And so
she tried to pay me.
I took the money back. But the most exciting part about it is that you will see people in the film that you know from this community,
businesses
and businesses, correct. And you know, and for instance, you know, I'm really proud to say that I was able to shoot this film throughout the city of St. Petersburg.
Nice.
And a lot of the store owners and vendors and restaurants, and they were like, come on in, and didn't even want to charge me anything. You know, they really jumped on to the project. So, and I think that's one of the reasons why the Salvador Dali also picked it up, because it's about St. Pete, and it actually focuses on St. Pete, and it focuses on the art as well, because art is also incorporated in this film.
So I want you to tell us about the film festival, because I know it kicks off tonight, but then there's a series of different things that are happening throughout the week, and then I think the culmination is MLK night. So
MLK
what can we
night.
look forward to with the film festival?
Okay, so on Friday night, at the Salvador Dali Museum, what's happening is that we recognize women. We have an award called Life, Ladies in Film and Entertainment. And so for the past 7.5 years, we've been recognizing women in the industry that's right here from St. Petersburg, Florida. One would be Erica Sutherland. And and so and there's a few actresses that people that you don't know, musicians who
and news,
and news reporters, people in productions that do commercials and stuff like that. So we went out and we just sought after them and it's giving them their flowers, being able to recognize them. So one of the things that we're going to do at the Dali on Friday night is recognize a new group of women, 8, and we're going to also pay tribute to our prior awardees.
Okay,
so
that's
really going to be a great night too. And then we do have like a little after party at the Black Leaf.
Okay.
So we are, using a lot of the facilities
in the community
out there.
Which is another part of when you talk about the impact. When you talk about the impact of the film festival and what it brings, you're bringing people in, you're highlighting these spaces,
and spending money,
and also spending money in the businesses in the community.
Heads and beds. It's like it's like a community-based economic development, right? It's an event that helps multiple businesses across the city when it rolls into town.
Right.
And then on Saturday at the Beach Theater, like I mentioned, from 11 o'clock until 8, we're going to be showing student films. These are student films. Now, mind you, the films that come into this festival are not just local. We have international films. We have a filmmaker coming in from Germany.
And the Greenland one coming?
That's why I say this is.
So, it's a big deal.
Me and my wife went to an international film night.
I come in, I tell them, come in any night, dog.
And I go to the international night. This is the lady in their belly. I mean, it was a great thing, but I was like, okay. This is what y'all be doing. That's what y'all be doing. But it was amazing.
Go ahead.
And the interesting part about international night is that we get films from all over. I mean, it was amazing to me to see that we got films from Cairo, Egypt, Bangladesh. We got movies from all over Africa.
Amazing.
Jabbar was a little concerned about some of the African films or the political content that they're building across. But it's important for us to embrace it and understand what's happening in those places. So it was really good to see those. And then on Sunday, we have a filmmakers tour. You do have to go online and see if you can get in. And that's with the Tampa Bay Film Commissioner and also with the St. Pete Clearwater Film Commissioner, where we actually have a vehicle that takes you around to show you areas and tell you about the ins and outs of filmmaking, what you need for licensing, insurance, permits, and everything. So you're also getting, not only are you getting a tour, you're actually getting, it's like being on a panel on the bus talking about what you need to be a filmmaker and how to.
So it's theory and practice. We're telling you what you need to do, and we're showing you where you can do it.
The science. How you can. We talk about the art, we show the art, but the film commissioners are giving you the science of how to do it. This is what you can take to your town and repeat, right? So when we watching the movie, that's the art, right? We do the panels, we talking about the art, but then we also have spots in it where the science is discussed, and we bring in the scientists, and which would be the film commissioners from both sides of the bay. This is like a forged relationship that isn't natural.
And if you're just tuning in, we want to thank you. You're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. We have Miss Debbie Yati with us. She's talking about the Sunshine City Film Festival. You see it here on the screen. You can go to sunshinecityfilmfestival.com and you'll be able to get this calendar, this schedule as well, so that you can tap in.
And you're listening to 99.1
FM.
The bird.
Yeah.
99 jams. If you didn't know what you're listening to,
yeah,
there you go.
Right. Go ahead, Miss Debbie.
So, and also on that Sunday, and Sunday evening. So, if you heard of the St. Petersburg Athletic Club, which is newly built, newly renovated at the factory, you want to have an opportunity to see what it look like.
Is that what they're doing? Pickleball?
Yes,
okay, gotcha,
that they call it
the country club.
Yeah, and it's really beautiful inside. But we actually are going to do a mixing party, because one of the things that happen when we do this festival, you have these people come from all over, and they want to start talking to each other.
Nice.
And so that we give an opportunity for that to have, we create
the space. Yeah,
you can do that serious networking, and it's not just for filmmakers and directors. It's not for actors and anybody
and really film lovers.
Yeah. Anybody who's looking for work, because this is how you get the job. And if you want to be in the field, this is where you need to be. And I advise young people to come out. If this is what you want to do. If you want to get into productions, become a production manager to photographer. It's so many different areas that you can get into. If you're a makeup artist, and if you're a garment maker, this is where you need to be.
Yeah, that's right, because there's all kind of jobs behind the scenes. Yeah. Like
hairstylists, barbers. If you just want to hold a light, you want to hold a microphone. If you know how to mix, there is the film industry. Inside of one movie contains maybe 40 or 50 industries.
You know what you just made me think of? When you go to a movie and you watch the movie, at the end of that movie, they give you a whole bunch of names.
It's 50, it's over 50 industries.
And it might be 10 names that was in the movie, but it's like 50 names that you of people that you don't see. And those are jobs and roles that you can play.
Film is something that taught me about organizing.
Okay.
The reason I believed I could organize is because I had took a ragtag team of individuals from every side of town who volunteered their time to make a project that we sold and actually made money off of.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that process is organizing.
Right.
And so I can just take the movie out and put a city hall meeting.
Yeah.
Take the city hall meeting out and put the Sunshine City Film Festival.
Yeah.
Take the Sunshine City Film Festival out and put my life.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And I think that's, again, just kind of a little story time, not to belabor it, but it's just divine how it all worked out, because I was organizing when we met. And when I asked you, you were at an event with a camera, and I said, "What you up to, man?" You was like, "Man, I'm just trying to get this movie made." And you like, "What you up to?" And I'm like, "I'm just trying to build this community up." And I'm a part of this group in this neighborhood. And he was like, "What? That's a thing? I never met anybody who was doing that kind of work." And so that connection was the beginning of the relationship. He was there documenting what we were doing around the Stop the Violence work, and that and like really doing a video of our Stop the Violence community event. He's there as a filmmaker, as somebody who's documenting the process. And then when we start having conversations, it was like, well, this is what I'm really into. This is what I'm really about. And then we just connected from there. So again, to your point about using these spaces intentionally, you never know who you're going to meet and how they're going to support you.
You never know.
Yeah. And I mean that, and the other part of that, and then the other part of that was when we came out of the gate, we were doing things that were untraditional, because he was also doing fast flyers. So again, he's an artist. And so like, I'm the scientist operating, okay, this is how we do it.
That's the science.
And he did a comparison. We were actually organizing for an event. And he was like, he looked at the flyer and was like, which one of these events would you want to go to? And it was a club flyer and then our education forum flyer. And he was like, no. And so we started making our community event flyers look like club flyers. And now like that's a thing to do. But that was like groundbreaking and pioneering. It was innovative work at the time. Because people was looking at it saying that's not the, they was like, you don't do that. Yeah, you don't do that.
And it's like, who are you doing it for? Are you doing it for the people that you're in the meeting with? Or are you doing it for the people you're trying to get to come to the meeting?
Yeah.
And so I turned the production face forward. And like, I'm doing it for the people who I want to come.
Yeah.
And then when they get in here, then I'll show them your paragraph.
Right.
Then you putting the paragraph on a handheld flyer, dog.
Yeah.
Nobody's reading it.
Right.
And that was my expertise from my flyer business.
And then
that I bought into organizing.
And then being open to that kind of stuff, because I was like, you're right. But there was other people that I'm sure
absolutely not.
When they get that conversation, no, you can't do that. But I'm like,
why not?
Go ahead. That's what you do. That's not what I do.
And I have a thing. You give the people what they want so that you can give them what they need.
You say that all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You say that all the time. You're right.
So you listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams. Thank you for the links, UNB. Thank you for the stars, Dan. Thank you for letting the people know, Coach D, where they are and who they're listening to and grounding us. And then thank you for the work that you're doing, Miss Debbie. Keep going. I know it's we didn't get through all of it because there's a lot happening with the film festival.
Yeah. Well, you know, so, and then Monday is the actual award day.
Okay.
And so that's when, you know, people will come together. And that's going to be, the award ceremony is at 7 p.m. this way, so you can still go to the parade.
That was
and
intentional.
That's going to be in Green Light Cinema, and that's where we're going to be awarding our people, you know, those people who came in. And what's really nice to see that a lot of the filmmakers and producers that come from all over, they hang out with us for the whole event. They specifically come in to go to each event to get what they need. And then they take it back to their community, and then they try to mirror us.
Listen, but I'm glad you said that.
I know that's how we had a track record of that.
People will never know how many events that has been inspired by the Sunshine City Film Festival. You're probably planning to go to an event of the person who came to our event and seen us doing it. And guess what? It's not just one. It's not just in this city. Like, it's multiple places around the United States. And they come back and say, hey, guess what I did? Remember the last time I came here? Guess what I did? And come and tell us. And I'd be like, wow. I just be blown. I be wishing we can have it under the same umbrella, but it's just it ain't.
I remember one year we had people come from Washington, D.C., Seattle, Washington, Texas, New Jersey, Washington, D.C., New York City. And then when I submitted Simi to the festivals, I ran into some of the same directors, and they were giving me pointers like, look, you need to get into this festival. You need to get into that festival.
Networking.
So, yeah. And so as a result of us going to New York, and I met...
we went to New York. Showed our movie inside,
and I got so much information
AMC Theater
about I got so much information about selling the script and production. And I'm telling you, I got it from Fred Williamson himself.
Oh wow.
Yes,
wow.
Remember? So I have pictures with Jabbar, with Fred Williamson, Cranston. I mean, we met some really, really famous people. What came out of that was my niece came to that event. And this event was called Urban Action Film Festival, which was
downtown Atlanta.
HBO.
Not Atlanta, downtown
New York. And as a result of it, my daughter, the director of that program, asked me about grants and so forth like that, because you knew that was something that I do. So as a result of it, I introduced him to my niece, and now my niece is his production manager.
Wow.
And so it's crazy. And I mean, she lives in New York. You know, he wanted to hire me, but I'm like, it was a conflict because I want to be able to submit films again.
I thought you did go. That's what I thought.
But
you sent your niece though.
I thought my niece. I did go, but she actually got the job. I couldn't get the job.
Like I said,
but as a result, he offered me a job. I mean, a very lucrative job. You know, but I couldn't take the job. But as a result, 2 years before, I submitted Agent X.
And we showed.
And out of something like 75 films that were submitted, we were in the top 4.
Wow.
So our Agent X was shown at the AMC Movie Theater under Urban Action Film Festival
in Times Square, New York.
Yeah, and it was so nice to see it up on the big screen.
Big screen. The big screen. That's what
you know,
like the Metropolitan screen.
Like Jai White. And sitting in the audience, you know, watching
our movie.
A film from St. Pete.
And
then as a result of watching that movie, we went to Canada. It was a girl sitting in the audience in Canada, and she was like, I remember that film from New York.
Wow.
So you know, it's a big circle, but it's a small circle.
So, that's amazing. That's amazing.
So that's why the film festivals are so important, and it also gives all of the actors, performers, who's ever coming out, an opportunity to work elsewhere.
That's amazing. Well, thank you again for the work that you're doing. And,
yes, David, thank you so
thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all tap
Yes.
in because the film festival is going on. It's kicking off tonight.
Yes.
And you can go to SunshineCityFilmFestival.com. You can see the full schedule.
Green Light Cinema, downtown St. Pete tonight at 7.
And tap in, y'all.
Tap in.
All right, and so we do have a Ask Qiana with the time that we have left. Y'all want to do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do that or would you rather? We got a good would you rather. We got some good stuff here. I'll go with Ask Qiana if I can find it. I don't know if we're gonna have time to really do all of these, because this
9 minutes.
This is one of them, and I'm just saying that because I'm scrolling looking for it.
Yeah.
All right, so Ask Qiana is brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op, OCGC.coop. Y'all tap in today. Dear Qiana, why do y'all keep telling people to vote like that's the answer to everything? Every election season, it's the same thing. The people making promises they don't keep, acting like they care about black folks just to get elected. Then once they are in, it's business as usual. I haven't seen anybody do anything real for us. So what's the point? Why do y'all still believe in this system? Or are you just going along with it because there's nothing better?
Ooh.
So I will say
we
this.
ain't got enough time.
So we'll leave it there. Y'all think about it, and we'll do the would you rather instead.
Wait, are we? No. So let me say, I will say the system is flawed, right? But it can be perfected, right? I will tell you, when people think that your vote don't matter, so many people don't vote.
Yeah.
And so that's part of the problem, is that enough people don't get out there and vote. I will say that. And then when we do, we vote for like major elections.
Mm-hmm.
It's like building a house. If you only vote for the roof, you don't have a stable house.
My dog is the truth.
Right.
My dog is the truth.
What you have to do is you have to start from the foundation. You got to start at your local.
That's a
and
grassroots,
then, right. You get that. And I always say you got to get like-minded people in there. And if you're only voting for the one person at the top that thinks like you, but this whole house looks totally different than the roof, it's really hard for the roof to stand.
Yeah.
Right. And give you the shelter that you need, because there's no stability there. So what I will tell you is that when you do vote, there is action that needs to be done. There's accountability. We have to follow up with the people that we're voting in, right? And not only that, we not only vote for that, but then you need to find out who else across this line thinks like them, who's going to get it, so that they have allies when they're in there, so that they can push the agenda, right?
Yeah.
And so that you can get it. If you only have that one person, if you only have Brother John in that, and he only holds one seat, and then he don't have allies nowhere else, even though he really want to push this, he can't push it because there's nothing else. And then the one win, and
Catching the Holy Ghost.
no, but then what happens is you have the one win that he does, but you don't even realize that's the only thing that he can push. So then we look at them and be like, oh, you didn't keep your promises. No, this is really what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that's what got me into politics, because I knew that I needed to help the person I get elected so that they could keep their word.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And so that will be my spill on it.
Okay.
Did I answer it all?
I think it's a lot more in it, but we can revisit it, because it's a lot of things that came up for me in that. Like, so there's one thing about like haven't seen anybody do anything for us for real. Like that's another part of the conversation that we can talk about.
And I want to say that's not true.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Edmond.
What the question was again?
No, and I will say that's not true. But what happens is you think
I do have an answer.
You think that the big thing that you look for
is all of it.
It's all of it. But there are small things, like these neighborhoods have changed because of our black officials, or the officials that think like you. The trees that was put in the neighborhoods, the cleanup and stuff like that, you don't account for that because it is something that you wasn't really worried about.
Go ahead.
Can I give an example?
Yeah, sure.
Here's an example of exactly what she said. Job Corps situation. Okay. So all of them, I'm gonna see 90% of the students on that campus, when it came time to register to vote, they did not want to vote. They said it's not the same gave the same questions that the writer said. However, we were directly affected by it. All right. And we were closing.
Yeah.
But it was a community.
They advocated to keep y'all
It
open.
was a community. The district leaders who came out to save Job Corps.
And that's the stuff that they don't talk about.
And they don't talk about that. And if
How
it
are the
wasn't
people?
for people on that level and Cassie Castor and those people who fought Washington on our behalf, we wouldn't have been able to stay open. So then our students was like, oh, Miss Debbie, yes, we should have registered to vote. We should have voted. And we had that civic engagement.
Yeah.
We were there.
Yeah.
We wound up registering 75 students that day. However, only around about 25 of them voted. When it came time to vote.
That's good.
And I will tell you, if your vote didn't count, they wouldn't be telling you.
Right.
They don't, and they wouldn't be stealing elections, and they wouldn't be
trying to redraw lines,
right?
Amen.
Blocks of votes.
Let me say this:
Edmund.
the American experiment. They say this all the time about democracy, and so what we think is that it's finite, that it's done. But this is an experiment that is still being created as we go. And what you think is finalized, they'll show you is not. Roe versus Wade, right? Affirmative action. The things you think are final aren't really final. And so what's going on now in the administration and what's going on now in the world is not final.
So don't get discouraged.
The experiment continues.
Right.
And guess what? We're a part of the experiment. And what we do is we detract ourselves from the study. And we never figure out what the outcome is.
Or we get up, we get upset, like
we detract ourselves from it,
and we get in the corner and we pout, right? And
What's
then
up, good to see you, Roger Clinton.
No,
we do tough power, and we pout,
and then we be like, and we look at them and be like, they're doing all this. No, when you don't get what you want, you get back on the field and then you start fighting again.
Why you think that a black mayor is a target? Why do you think the black president is a target? Why do you think strong black men are targeted? Right? And that's
women. And women, because you look at some of these political positions, you see how they doing the Jasmine Crockett, you see what they doing with Keisha Lance Bottom, Stacey Abrams, you see what they doing with a lot of these.
I'm gonna practice what I'm gonna say when I meet Jasmine Crockett. She married.
Oh, okay. You want to have that kind of conversation? No, I don't know if that was. When we talking about separating personal from business, and then you say you want to meet Jasmine Crockett, and then after she married, like that was a line that you kind of skipped over because I don't think that got nothing to do with the policy that she's making. However, we can continue this conversation. What we'll do is we'll continue this conversation on Friday because I do want to talk about this as a spectrum. Because one of the parts of this question, it says, "Why do y'all still believe in this system?" Or are y'all just going along with it because there's nothing better? I would like for us to maybe spend some time talking about that.
I'm triggered when people say y'all.
We can do
every
that.
time you say y'all, it's like, y'all, what are you talking about, y'all?
I would like to invite this person to go to one council meeting.
Ooh, you sure he ain't been to one already?
I don't know. Because
I'm not talking like that.
I went to one council meeting, and after that, and I was very, very young, and I was like, I was pissed.
Yeah.
And it made me
it light a fire,
it made me really become community. And one of the things, the reason why I am community is because of going into meetings. I mean, I've been in meetings where I had to speak against the Juvenile Justice Board, Yes.
It's not. I'm sorry.
And so y'all stick around, man. Y'all stick and stay. We want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Tampa Bay.
Another hour, y'all. Go call the people and give them some
Mr.
money.
J got a response to that, and I do too. So listen, y'all, it's been great. It's the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
And I am the one and only Mr. Edmund.
Up next is Sister Hughes.
Lose your shoes.
And shout all around the room.
All right, we out. Y'all have a great one. Peace.